Goodness, I look so dang tired. Anyway, y'all, so this is my coming out story, and there were a few things that I didn't get to say in the video that I want to address now. But really quick, before we talk about anything, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe. Go ahead and do it now, I'll wait. Alright, cool. Comment after you watch the video, as long as it's something productive. I want to say that in no way, shape, or form, ooh, I'm so tired. I'm actually at a conference. Y'all will learn more about this in an upcoming video, but I want to say that in no way was I trying to exploit intimate things that have happened in my family. This is my story, and I have every right to tell it. The goals was not for y'all to feel any type of way about my family. It's over, it's in the past. I've grown, we've grown, and life moves on. The next thing that I want to address is a coming out story. So members of the community, members of any community, are still valid even if they don't have this big moment where they decided everyone needed to know their business. That's not required. So I challenge us to be intentional when we are having conversations about someone's sexuality, gender diversity, etc. I would never pop up to someone and say, oh, so when did you come out? Or what's your coming out story? Like, it doesn't work like that. I am one of those people that have one, and I feel comfortable enough in sharing it because I think that my story, my testimony could inspire other people. But if that's not the case for other people, I don't want y'all to start developing expectations for people to have big moments in their lives where they decided they were going to tell people their business. No one has to do that. The purpose of my channel is not to exploit my life, but I will, without hesitation, tell y'all things if I think that it can be a benefit. I will say that, and I am comfortable enough with myself. I love myself, and I am in such a beautiful space, in such a beautiful place in my life where I feel like, because it is National Coming Out Week, I can tell y'all how I came out. So I hope y'all enjoy the video. Remember, I'm not perfect, not by any means, and I'm learning every day, but I could not let this video start without saying that. So enjoy. Bye. Oh, I didn't see you there. How's it going? I have got to stop being so lame.
Told you so. I'm not the same. You can't just claim me, cause I don't wanna hurt you, no.
If you don't know by now, I'm Yumani, and this is my closet. And I thought it would be fitting to record my coming out story in the closet while I am no longer in the closet. I don't know, y'all. I was trying to be cool, and it sounded a lot cooler in my head than it looks on camera. We're gonna go ahead and do my coming out story. Really quick disclaimer. I am 23 years old, which means that I am old as dirt. I used to feel a lot more anxious and a lot more stressed out about my coming out situation. But now that I'm getting older and that I'm entering the realm of professionalism, like, I'm a whole grad student, so me being gay, me being homosexual, me being masculine presenting, while these things are really important, they aren't, I don't feel as ashamed. I'm not embarrassed about any of these things. I'm a lot more comfortable with my sexuality. I'm a lot more comfortable with my gender identity. I want to remind you all that while I didn't feel comfortable in the beginning, I want you to know that if you don't have that experience, if you came out and you were able to openly embrace your sexual orientation and your gender identity, then I'm super proud of you and I'm super happy for you. Not everyone has to have this horrifying, scary story. Not everyone even has a coming out story. Some people are just like, oh yeah, I'm gay, and then we move on. That's kind of what I was hoping to be true for me. So I'm trying to figure out just like how far back in time I want to take this. Bear with me. So I grew up in a very homophobic household. But my parents, for some reason, like, hated gay dudes. Like, I don't know what it was about women. I mean, they hated gay women as well, but it was something about homosexual men that my parents were like, oh no. They were always abolishing gay people to hell, all types of stuff. And so I want to say that I knew that I was different around the age of 9. The same way that people develop like the cute little crushes in elementary school, I felt the same way. But I had crushes on boys and girls. I don't think I was really looking at gender when I was thinking about who I had a crush on, because it's like, in order for me to have a crush on you, you literally just had to share your Legos with me. Around the time I started to hit puberty, so when I was like 12, that's when I really knew that something was up. So there was this one girl, let's call her Veronica. I don't know anyone named Veronica. So when I was 12, I was in the 7th grade. There was this girl named Veronica, and I did not like her because I had a crush on her. And I really couldn't explain my feelings because I had never seen anything like this before. We sat together and she would always ask if she could use my colored pencils. I had like them crayons that you like twist up and then you get more crayon and you twist them up, you get more crayon. I had those. So you know, I was already like the most swagged out student in the 7th grade. And Shorty was trying to use them and I'm like, sis, Veronica, stop asking to use my stuff, because if you ask to use my stuff, you're probably gonna come and sit next to me and use my stuff, and I like you, so go away. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. And then I want to say when I was about 15, that's when I really knew that something was up. I had bumped into an old friend and our parents knew each other, right? All my other friends, my mom didn't know their parents, so she was like, you can't stay over there. I don't know who over there. I don't know if they got animals over there. You can't go over there. No. But this friend, she knew her mom, so I got to go over there. I think it's so ironic because that was probably the place that I shouldn't have been staying the night at. My friend identified as bisexual, and that's when I got introduced to the terms and the spectrum and all that. I was 15 and my friend was 16. I knew that I was attracted to the same sex, but I had never had any opportunity to express these emotions. I never had any opportunity to act on how I was feeling, so I just, you know, I was just liking boys. And at the time, I identified as bisexual. And I was on Tumblr really, really tough. You know what I'm saying? I was always on Tumblr. I had a dope blog. I was in like one of those blog networks. My Tumblr was a bunch of cold pictures of a bunch of people that I didn't know. I would use Tumblr to talk about the experiences that I was having with my friend, because we did start to develop a romantic relationship. I would tell them about how I was feeling and I would ask for advice. So I was on Tumblr on the bigger computer one day. My mom told me that I left my Tumblr inbox open, right? And she wound up just tripping and falling right in front of my Tumblr messages, and she read everything. So I wasn't super explicit, but I was outlining that I like girls. I didn't really know what to do with these feelings. Is it okay for girls to like girls? You like girls? Who likes girls? Everybody likes girls? She read all those messages and then she confronted me about it in a way that just made me feel so uncomfortable. So I jumped right back in the closet, and I thought that the best way to cover this situation up would be to get a boyfriend. So I had a boyfriend. Let's call him Marco. He was the sweetest thing in the world. He always made me feel really safe and really secure, and I was interested in him. But I knew at the time, I started dating Marco when I was like 16 and a half, almost 17, and I knew that I was gay. I kept trying to make myself straight because I knew that my mom and my dad, I knew that, or my stepdad, I knew that they would be embarrassed and they would feel some type of way if I was gay. So I kept trying to make myself straight. It was tough, you know, pretending to be something that you're just not. Anyway, I feel like this story is getting super long, so let's try to cut it up because I don't have time for this. I wound up going on this trip. I went to Puerto Rico. I wore my hair in braids all the time, and I was coming back from Puerto Rico the summer after my sophomore year, and I was taking the braids down. I was getting careless with taking the braids down, and I wound up cutting into my hair. And I've taken the braids out, and I noticed my hair is all these different lengths, and so I just started cutting it, just mindlessly just cutting it off, and it was all in the sink. And then I called up one of my mentors, and I was like, do you know of a barber? Then the next day, I cut my hair off. I didn't tell my mom. I came home. My hair was really short. And to be honest, that was when I felt the most comfortable with myself ever. And my mother was like, you look like a dyke. You know, and that really broke my heart. Because for one, it was technically a big chop. So big chops were normalized at MSU. Everybody does it. So that was my mindset, because I noticed that my hair was really damaged. It wasn't about how I was gonna identify, but when I cut my hair off, I felt like I was cutting off weight. I felt like I was me. I felt comfortable. I wound up going back to school. Then I wound up joining my sorority. I didn't tell y'all this, but I'm a whole SGRO. A little bit after I joined my sorority, I got a phone call one day. It was my mom. And remind y'all, I kept jumping back into the closet, back out, jumping in, you know, back and forth. But I got a call one day, and it was my mom, and she was like, so when the F were you gonna tell me? By this time, I'm 21. I'm a junior in college now. I'm 21, whatever, girl. And I was like, tell you what, girl, what's going on, girl? Yeah. She was like, when were you gonna tell me that you're fucking gay? And at this point, I was like, well, girl, it's not a secret. Like, what? She really freaked out about that. And she was like, your sister just called me screaming and hollering, saying that you're gay, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, oh, my sister told you. Okay, bet. So I hung up the phone. I called my sister. And she's panicking because my sister is about to have her first child. Yeah, my sister was pregnant with my niece. She's panicking. She's freaking out. She's like, you know, yeah, it just came out, but I wasn't trying to hurt you, my bad. You know, I'm about to be a mom. I'm over here freaking out. I said, bet. What happened was my sister wound up telling my mom that she was pregnant. And my mom wound up blowing up on her. And then my sister was like, well, how could you be mad at me for being pregnant and not mad at Monty for being gay? And that really hurt, because there's nothing wrong with either of these situations. But we live in a world that penalizes people for being different, or penalizing people from being pregnant. Like these are things that happen. I don't think anyone should ever be embarrassed of either of these situations, because they are things that happened. So I wasn't mad at my sister. I was just trying to figure out how I could support my sister, because she was about to be a mom. And that was more important. At that time, y'all, like I said, I had become so comfortable with my sexual orientation. I had become so comfortable with my gender identity that it really didn't matter. At that point, it was like, you're either gonna love me for who I am, or you're gonna hate me for being who I am. But regardless, I'm gonna be who I am, because I deserve that. I owe that to myself. And it's been tough. I've been out now and masculine presenting. It'll be 2 years coming up where I've been officially out, because after my mom called me, I made a Facebook post. I was very clear. I said, look, y'all, I don't know if y'all don't know, but just in case, I want to let everybody know I'm gay. I'm a lesbian. Sorry if you wanted to shoot your shot and you a man, because I don't date men. I date women, honey. It was really tough, and I'm not going to hold y'all. It still is very tough being a lesbian and being a masculine presenting woman of color. That intersectionality it's its own ballpark, because I never see myself where I need to see myself. I don't see myself on TV. I don't see myself in video games. I don't see myself in the music industry. And yes, we have pioneers like Young M.A. and Sia and stuff like that, but sometimes they're not marketable enough, because the way we present women in music and in entertainment, we hypersexualize them. So if I can't hypersexualize you, then your content is no good, according to, you know, American standards. When it comes to healthcare administration, which is what I'm passionate about, what I want to do, I've never seen anyone that looks like me. I've never seen an administrator that's a masculine presenting black gay woman. I've never had a doctor that's a masculine presenting black gay woman. I've never seen one in my career field, in my realm. But y'all, I don't look at anything in my life and think of it as something that's gonna hold me back. I look at everything that I've been through as an opportunity to advocate for change and to fight for people that have less privilege than I do. While it's been tough, it's been worth it. And I hope that this video reminds y'all that it does get better. There have been moments where I have wanted to be out of here, but it gets better. It's always worth it. I can promise you that. So if you are in the closet, just remember that you come out when you want to. I wasn't blessed enough to come out when I wanted to, but I'm thankful that I was outed the way that I was, because it took the pressure off of me. I just think about that 16-year-old girl that was dating men. I just remember feeling so lost. I just remember feeling so fake, so phony. I felt like I was living my life for someone else. And that's the tea, y'all. You can't live your life for anyone else. So I feel like this is getting really long, but if you are in the closet, if you need some support, I'm gonna make another video about tips and tricks on how to come out, when to come out. But I think the biggest thing here is you come out when you're ready to, you know. And I can't guarantee that everything is gonna be perfect. I can't guarantee that you're gonna have all the support that you need, but I can guarantee that everything is worth it. Whatever your journey is, I want you to know that it's okay. I want you to know that you're valid. Just know that I support y'all 100%. As long as your actions are not harming anyone else and they're all legal, we're good, hon. I think that when you lead with love, things fall into place, you know. And so, yeah, that's my story. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I feel like it took me such a long time to get to the point, honey, because we all knew Imani was gay, honey. No, I'm kidding. Maybe people didn't know. I don't know. But yeah, that's my coming out story. I wouldn't change a thing about it. I would not change a thing about it. So until next time, I'm Imani. This is my closet, and it feels so good to be out of it. Bye, y'all.